Welcome back everybody, Matt the Man here, hope you're doing well. So about a week or so ago we heard that David Fincher was going to be reuniting, coming together with Brad Pitt. Now this is exciting, that was exciting. I mean, you hear David Fincher's name, one of my favorite directors, Brad Pitt. I didn't really like Brad Pitt. Back in the day, I didn't like Brad Pitt. I just said, oh, it's Brad Pitt. Good looking guy, every girl wants, Hollywood actor. And then then The Curious Case of Benjamin Button came out, and I suddenly changed my tune on Brad Pitt. Then I watched Seven, and I was like, okay, never mind. I like him a lot. And he hasn't done a movie with David Fincher since 2008. I was only a freshman in college when the last time he worked with Brad Pitt. And, obviously they've already done 3 movies together. Seven is also one of my favorite Brad Pitt, David Fincher movies. It's also one of my favorite David Fincher movies. Fight Club. I can't talk about Fight Club. Rule number 1 of Fight Club. We do not talk about Fight Club. And then, of course, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Now, at one point back in the late 2010s, there was talk about doing another World War Z that Brad Pitt did with another director, and that David Fincher was going to come in and direct a sequel. And for some reason that never happened. I don't know why. But here we are in 2025, and things just got a lot more interesting. Number 1, like I said, David Fincher and Brad Pitt coming together since 2008. This movie's going to be a Netflix movie, just like the last 2 David Fincher movies, Mank and The Killer, that had Michael Fassbender. And then the article said it would be a sequel, but not from a David Fincher movie. You had my curiosity. Now you got my attention. So are they going to go back to the World War Z well? Maybe those talks came back up. The original director, Mark Forrester, he did the original one. Maybe David Fincher, said, you know what? I got a great idea. Me and Brad Pitt, let's do it. Because I'm thinking, what other movie would be a sequel? I mean, we're not going to make Benjamin Button 2, Fight Club 2. I can't talk about Fight Club. What other, Mr. and Mrs. Smith 2? Hey, I would be down for it. But we know Angelina Jolie ain't coming back. So unless we open the movie with Brad Pitt killing Angelina Jolie and he remarries somebody else, I mean, it could happen. I would love it because this year's going to be the 20th anniversary of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So and then the most unexpected thing came up. It is going to be a pseudo-sequel, a spiritual sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now that movie was directed by Quentin Tarantino and written by Quentin Tarantino. There's only been a couple movies that Quentin Tarantino has written and given to other directors, like From Dusk Till Dawn, back in the 90s. He's known for writing his own scripts and directing his own movies. But not this time. He decided to write a script about the Brad Pitt character Cliff Booth from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That got Brad Pitt his Oscar. Now, I don't agree with that. I like Brad Pitt, but I've seen him do a number of movies where he should have been nominated and probably won for an Oscar. Benjamin Button, he was nominated. He didn't win. And I mean, I enjoy the movie. It's a good movie. Not one of my favorite Brad Pitt movies. Not one of my favorite Tarantino movies. Still a good movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie. But apparently he wrote a script focusing on the character of Cliff Booth and his next adventure as a stunt double. Like I said, out of all the movies I could think of, this was not one of them. Number one, like I said, is a Tarantino movie. Number two, this movie is only about 6 years old. It will be in late summer of this year. And I don't know. I just never thought. I mean, the good thing about this, there's some good. There's some really good news. Number one, we could see Leonardo DiCaprio return. Wasn't he like Leo's like agent or stunt double or whatever? So we could see Leo back. Leo and David Fincher. So that's one. That's really one. Number three, we could see Margot Robbie back. She played Sharon Tate, but in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Manson family, Charles Manson, didn't kill Sharon Tate in the movie. It was an alternate timeline. Once upon a time, Sharon Tate didn't die. So we could see Margot Robbie back. Margot Robbie, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, in a David Fincher movie. The heavens have opened. That would be awesome. Seeing Leo and Margot Robbie back again for the third time. Wolf of Wall Street, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and whatever they call this movie. Not to mention, people, that fucking movie launched the careers of actresses and actors that are at the top of their game right now. Austin Butler. Nobody knew Austin Butler until Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Sydney Sweeney. And before you say anything, the first season of Euphoria came out that same summer of 2019. So, once again, nobody knew Sydney Sweeney when this movie came out. Now, she's not only one of the biggest young actresses, the hottest young actresses, and she has her own production company. And she's a producer. Sydney Sweeney. Oh, Maya Hawke. Handsome Hawke, Ethan Hawke, Uma Thurman's daughter. She was in that movie. That was also the same summer that the third season of Stranger Things debuted, and that's when she made her debut in Stranger Things. Once again, 90% of people didn't even know that Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman had a daughter. And Maya Hawke was in that movie too. And who just won Best Actress at the Oscars? Mickey Madison for Anora. Guess what? She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood also. There you go, people. Bing! 5-6 years later, and we're in a whole new landscape. Those young actors and actresses that were in this movie, had small roles, are now some of the biggest young actors in Hollywood today. The little girl with Leonardo DiCaprio, Julia Butters. She went on to be in The Fabelmans, and now she's going to be in the new Freaky Friday, playing Lindsay Lohan's daughter. I mean, come on, people. And there's a rumor she might be playing one of the X-Men for the MCU. I mean, mind-blowing when you think about that. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this. They're supposed to start shooting this summer. So that will come out next year. Now I'm a little disappointed it's going to be on Netflix. Maybe they'll make a deal to put it on the big screen for a short amount of time. But hey, you got Brad Pitt, you got David Fincher. Like I said, we might get Leo back, and we might get Margot Robbie back. I'm happy. You happy? You let me know. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment.